The Northside is known for many things, and we have an incredible history, rich tradition, very resilient community. And the other side of that is we also have a disparate amount of violence, of teen pregnancy, of juvenile adjudication, of single parenting, you name it.
The Northside has gone through significant change, over the last maybe 10, 15 years. There's been an influx of migrants from Chicago that have added a sense of diversity to the Black community.
Many young people in this community are fighting the enemy of generational poverty, of institutional racism, of lack of opportunity, and lack of expectations. And so there is a low expectation of African American boys that must be changed.
So the big deal, here's really what we're trying to do with our boys. So in North Minneapolis, we don't have the hierarchical gangs like we used to, the Gangs of Disciples, Bloods, so on. I mean, they're still around. We have cliques. And these are little boys whose dads are not there, who feel as though they're the men of the family, protecting their moms and their sisters and so on. And they actually form cliques for protection. And these are kids, the boys can be doing well in school, they're agnostic around who needs the support of other little boys to stay safe in the hood.
My son got his bike stolen. He got jumped by a couple of boys. They beat him up. He doesn't have that many friends in North Minneapolis for whatever reason.
We get that little African American and Latino boys feel as though they need a clique in order to make it on these main streets. And they're the ones who are most imperiled. What we're offering them through the Northside Achievement Zone, Promise Neighborhoods, our partnership with 21st Century Academy and Robert Wood Johnson's, is we're offering them a different clique.
And I think that the Northside Achievement Zone is doing a really great job of taking all the different resources that exist and harnessing the power of them and trying to bring them together to really impact and influence change on the North Side.
The Northside Achievement Zone, or NAZ, is a federal promise neighborhood. This collaborative of more than 30 service providers and schools focuses on ending multi-generational poverty in North Minneapolis through the academic success of its children. NAS provides every child's family with a support team to help address school, financial, health, and housing needs year-round. Its partners such as the 21st Century Leadership Academy and KIPP Stand Academy, among others, work closely with parents to prepare students for college and success outside of the classroom.
The mission of NAZ is to ensure that every child within a geographical area in North Minneapolis is college ready upon graduating high school. We say that begins at birth, and so our goal is to support parents and children throughout the education continuum with the idea that children will be ready for college without having to take remedial courses, and they will be prepared for life success.
This community made a decision that we were going to try something different. And that was, instead of having these programs and organizations doing these separate things, what if we actually align our services, our supports, our resources, and most importantly, our actions with the same families and the same students? So housing, out of school time, education, college, health, career, financial pathways, that is all together. The proposition of that was too much to not move forward on. And that's really how we started.
They help with everything. They help with finding an apartment. They help with if you need medical. They help with if you need food.
Broderick Williams is a youth specialist, and he grew up in the NAS community, raised by a single father. He comes and he works physically with the scholars so that they do cheers and chants. What that does is that engages them physically.
21st Century is like a family to me. It's like coming home to people I could trust and people I know that have my back.
21st Century Academy means we learn science, math, and it helps us go to college, get good grades, and helps us with our homework if we need help.
The staff members at 21st Century really do help me. They have encouraged me to learn at as much as I can, because without them, I probably wouldn't have gotten such a better grade that I did in the MCAs.
Since this program started, I've been a part of it. I've just gotten better with my social skills. I worked on issues that I had. I gotten better at in science. I was terrible at science, and now I kind of understand it more.
I also feel it's very important for people to have a connection to someone that looks like them, sounds like them, maybe is from a similar community. It makes a difference, and we know that. Research shows that.
Yeah, we're like an additional parent to and not just in 21st Century Academy, but throughout the neighborhoods. We're not just ones just talk about it, we want to show it too.
Jason's a really special kid. He's a total goofball. I can joke with him and I can have just a friendly relationship with him. But at the same time, if I see that he is not meeting expectations, I can pull him and have a very serious sort of man-to-man sit down and let him know, hey, these are the expectations that you know are set for you. Here's what we're gonna do to sort of get back on track and reach those expectations. And I'm talking to your mom about those things and getting her involved too so she can support you at home. Right?
I want my son to be successful. I don't want him to have to struggle. And I want him to have everything that he wishes to have. I don't want him killed. I don't want him in prison. And I don't want him working for less than minimum wage.
From schools, from expanded learning programs like 21st Century Academy, is that the NAS scholars, these young African American, Latino men and some Hmong, that they absolutely know that they have a team and that they have a clique and that we have a different vision for their future along with their parents and along with them. And if they don't believe, that's cool. We'll hold their belief until they do.